fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Dr. Tachi, all the way from Florida. And I'm Terralina, and we just want to, invite you to sit back, relax, and get ready for Tech Life Weekly. We're going to be getting into our history soon, but I just wanted to start out with a couple of articles, Dr. Tachi. I was reading about Australia has a social ban on 16-year-olds. Did you know about that?
I did. I heard about that.
Yeah, and I wanted to share this. Let's see here. Share this. Oh, there's Fran. Hello, Franny. Are you ready with Tech Life Weekly? Oh, okay. All right. So we're gonna just roll this little video real quick. I'm gonna share my screen and see if we can get this going.
Okay.
But will it actually work? TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube.
Can you guys hear that?
Social media platforms.
We hear it, yes.
December the 10th. But why? Well, keeping kids safe from cyberbullying, harmful content, and online predators. That's the government's goal. Now, it's up to the social media companies to enforce the ban. They have to take reasonable steps to make sure that under 16s cannot have an account on their platform. So that might mean facial recognition, uploading ID, or even age estimation tech, but none of these methods are foolproof. So will the ban work? Well, it's hard to know. Social media companies could face fines of as much as 50 million Australian dollars. That's about 25 million pounds if they fail to keep under 16s off their platform. Gaming apps and AI chatbots, they're not part of the ban, so kids still could be at risk from those. Critics say it's unenforceable. Teens the BBC's spoken to say they'll find workarounds. But for parents and advocates, they say it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Anything to reduce teens' time on social media is a good thing.
Okay. So the question is, what do you think of that? Do you think you can actually enforce a ban like that with 16-year-olds? Then my question is, do you also want your child having to go through facial recognition, uploading their passport? What happens if there's a data breach?
And this is the big thing. Well, number one, all of this good behavior starts at home, and you can't expect any company or government to legislate good behavior. That is your job as a parent and our job as a community to make sure that young people are behaving in ways that are conducive to feeling free, right? To a sense of freedom. So that's number one. We know that on paper that looks good, but in reality, especially in Western societies, that's
Mhm.
not always the case. And yes, Australia may be Eastern, but they're Western in mindset. So I know that it is difficult to everybody doesn't behave well,
Yeah.
everybody doesn't can't stomach what social media has to offer them.
Mhm.
So it is incumbent upon a company, because it's just like with anything. This is why you have regulations on products. Otherwise, companies would sell you any kind of food. Oh, sorry, they do that in the US anyway.
Hello?
Companies would sell you anything that, yeah, we're not using now as the time frame, but in general, these legislations, you have boards like the FDA, et cetera, that exist so that not just anything can pass your lips into your stomach and poison you, right?
Mhm.
So it's the same
Allegedly,
thing.
yes.
Yeah, it's the same thing with social media. The government does have a role in ensuring that anything we consume, whether it's visually, whether it's orally, whatever it is, that it is safe for consumption. That's not just food, that's information. That's other things as well. So I think they do have a responsibility for that. And three, the third end of this is, listen, 16-year-olds are crafty. You can tell them
Yes,
no, you can lock it under a lock and
exactly.
key, and they will find a way. They will listen. Necessity is the mother of invention, and these 16-year-olds think that they need social media. As such, they're going to find a way to consume it. Whatever you do, whether you put the phone at the bottom of the ocean with SpongeBob SquarePants or not. So, I think I don't want to say it's a moot point, but I think there's got to be the correct cooperation of all three of the things I just mentioned for that to work. I don't think a ban will work. I also don't like the facial recognition, passport, and all of that.
Okay.
Is minors' personal information out there for bad actors to take advantage of. There has to be another way.
I agree. I just don't see it. And the fining of these companies, because somebody found a workaround, I don't know. So that's that. I think we need to think about it, because I noticed that in the United States a couple of years ago, they were trying to have individual laws and individual states to restrict, access for minors.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't work out well.
Because the stupid people on the Hill don't understand social media or understand psychological and social behavior. So if you have no knowledge of tech and you are abysmal when it comes to social behavior, of course, none of this is going to work.
Or you never had a teenager in your house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Many of them have, though. But that was like in 1960 something, before the advent of social media. So I'm like, so you want these Methuselahs to legislate things that they don't know or understand? Make it make sense, folks.
So anyone else have a thought about this so-called ban on social media for people 16 and under in Australia? There are a couple of people, I'm sure there's several minors who are making money on social media.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm thinking about if Marquez Brownlee came underneath this band, we would not have had. You understand? He wouldn't have been able to do his tech.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about anybody remember the kid with the bow ties?
Right. What I'm saying is he would have been 15-year-olds would not have had access to YouTube, Facebook, or any of it. Then that cuts off their livelihood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I don't know if anybody mentioned about the cultural difference between Australia and what Americans do, what we do here.
Nope.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that because Terralina mentioned about the laws, and we've talked about, I think it was Montana, and I think it was whoever was trying to. Oh, it was Snapchat. Oh, we're gonna ban,
TikTok.
Yeah, whatever it was. If you're a minor, you can't have access to it. And I think I don't know if it's Florida, but somebody was also doing a whole ban on everything for minors. Like they had to get the parents' permission to sign up. What happened to that? That kind of.
I haven't heard much about it lately.
Right.
Because it wasn't going to work.
Because there's a cultural thing. There's laws. We've been trying to get laws, privacy laws here. Europe has that kind of thing already. Europe has their laws locked in. Their privacy laws, they're this, they're that. So Australia can do a ban. UK can do a ban, and nobody's going to say anything. But once, and I think Dr. Tachi said this one time about, we being individualistic Americans are like, well, you're not going to make me do this, or you're not going to take this away. And we saw that with COVID, right? We saw that with a whole bunch of things. I even remember as a kid, the whole seatbelt law was a big deal, because Americans have this thing where you're not going to take my individual rights, even though it's for the good of society. They will people will just not. They're like, I don't care that it's good for kids. I don't care that a seatbelt saves lives. I don't care about the drunk drive. You can plug in anything in America, and I think it has to do with the culture of how people think here, individualistic instead of thinking as a country.
So then you think it will work?
They think about country first.
Okay.
We don't do that here. It's not done here. Even though they say, "Oh, America, this and that," that's a lie. That's how I see it.
Okay, so here's the other thing. They try to ban books. So people went and found a way to get the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
banning people, you're coming up against individual rights.
Yes, yes.
That does not work too well, because now you got to police all the people, and they're trying to use platforms and stuff to do it.
Right.
I'm like, no. Why does now the platform has to become a police force?
It's not.
Yes.
It's a
Who's going to be
corporation. Yeah.
who's going to be the social media
Yeah.
police?
Who's going to set the rules of?
Who's
And
going to
you
enforce them?
And you can see Meta has been wrestling this for a while, because all of the things that have happened on Facebook Live and this and that, and the idea of America that somebody should do something about that. And you can see that when they went to Congress about social media, and it was something about the children dying. It was either Snapchat or one of the apps, and they were like, oh, the kids are dying because they're getting drugged, they're getting this and that, and somebody should do something. And remember, they called Zuckerberg and they called whoever.
They had some kind of summit. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they
so
called them to Congress.
okay, that was just a show. Because
right.
That was, and Zuckerberg is taking a hit for everybody. Okay, Zuck, your turn. You go in and let you take it for this week, and then Google will take it another week, and they can't. The firing squad. You can't police other people's kids.
And then there was the thing where, I mean, I feel sorry for the parents, but the parents went to Congress and they were sitting in the audience with the picture of the kids and how my kid isn't here because of X, Y, and Z. And the latest thing is they're going after OpenAI because of the young man who did what he did to himself. And they're blaming OpenAI. And I read the story and I'm like, well, wait a minute. I always say it's the parents. You cannot put it on the app or the platform, because they have things in place to stop you from finding out how to make a bomb or how to make a this. And the app tells you we shouldn't talk about this. Let's talk. And then this young man circumvented all of that.
That's true. He changed the subject.
Yes. So how do you protect against that? Is that OpenAI's fault? Is it the minor fault? Is it the parent fault? Because a part of the story was that he went to see one of his parents, I think it was mother, and he had some kind of visual symbols of trying to do what he did unsuccessfully, and the parent didn't even look at him.
That's not OpenAI's fault.
I present that to you. That's what I'm saying. It's not OpenAI's fault, but everybody wants to jump to it's OpenAI's fault. It's Meta's fault. Meta's not the parent. OpenAI is not the parent. Snapchat's not the parent. You are the parent. So there's that, and then there's the American thing of we can't police everybody because they're going to get upset.
Yes.
It's a mass of things, and then it's the Europe and UK have an attitude of country first. This first, that first. That's why they have privacy laws. That's why Meta is jumping through these hoops with the EU privacy laws, because they have stronger laws. We can't even get any law on the book.
We can't agree on anything.
Okay, and even if we did get the law on the books, who's going to abide by them?
And then who's going to enforce them?
That's why I bring up the seatbelt law. Who remembers a time when that was not a law? I do. I was a child. I remember that was not a law.
I don't even know if there were seatbelts in cars. Were there?
No, there were no seatbelts in cars. Then once the law came into effect, the car manufacturers had to put the seatbelts in the car.
But there was a big outrage. All the people were like, "Oh my God, you can't make me wear a seatbelt," even though it saves lives.
Wow. Well, ladies, I have one more story I want to share. I'm going to switch gears, and hopefully this is a little more positive. This is about a couple that's trying to help bridge the gap for youth in a very important, a very interesting section of the country. So let me play the video and let you guys see what's going on.
On the edge of MIT and just blocks from Harvard, this tight cluster of streets packs big tech, biotech, robotics, and bleeding edge research into a few city blocks.
We're standing here right at the intersection of the most innovative square mile on the planet. On my left and on my right is one of the largest public housing units in the city of Cambridge.
To Michael and Donna Dawson, it's impossible to talk about Kendall Square's opportunities without acknowledging its disparities.
It's almost unlimited resources on one side of the street, limited resources on the others.
He's talking about a neighborhood called The Port, where the benefits of Cambridge's tech boom haven't really landed. The typical family there makes less than half the city's median income. That is one reason former tech exec Michael and former arts educator Donna founded Innovators for Purpose, or IFP, to try and bridge the gap for the next generation.
How do we make things better for them so they can see the possibilities?
We give them the tools, but we also create a platform.
After school 4 times a week at the Cambridge Public Library, IFP gives students from under-recognized neighborhoods in the Boston metro area the chance to work on issues that matter to them and get mentoring by professionals working in engineering, design, and entrepreneurship. But don't just call it an after-school program.
We don't do school projects. We don't do a project that lasts one semester. At the end, the parents come in, everyone clap. Oh, great, great, great. Our projects are over when they're over, just like in the real world.
IFP was awarded an NBC Universal Local Impact Grant, and its interns are here to leave their mark on the world. Like Looking Glass, a public art installation that's become a local landmark.
It actually allows people to kind of dream about the future and looking in the other direction, they kind of think about the past.
Our Genius Within, designed by IFP interns to celebrate and highlight innovators that may look a bit more like them.
Once again, when they come to this neck of the woods, they see themselves represented, knowing that they have made contributions to the importance of this area.
IFP's latest initiatives, Transforming AI and Own the Algorithm, aim to tackle the racial, environmental, and economic consequences of AI's rapid growth. Inspiration came from a poem by a Canadian computer scientist calling out racial and gender bias in facial recognition software.
Can machines ever see my queens as I view them?
It's like, wow, there's a problem there. And that's what our students do. We actually work on problems. We try to raise awareness around these problems.
We spoke to one IFP intern who's learning how to develop for AI, but says he's learned so much more.
It's like built a lot of not just like hard skills like computer science, but also soft skills like communication and like public speaking.
Other IFP interns hard at work building a narrative-driven video game set in a futuristic dystopia ruled by AI, with one half of the team devoted to coding the mechanics of the game, and the other half designing the gameplay, art, and story.
I work on making the sorts of backgrounds for all the levels that are included in the game. This one is my most recent one. I'm also really proud of it.
It's really wonderful to watch a shy student step up and talk in front of a crowd. When they build their confidence and they feel like I can do this and I am this, I'm good enough for this.
IFP alum Maxwell Berger says the program helped open doors he couldn't even imagine.
I didn't really have a plan. It was kind of in the mist. But this one really like, oh, I can do this and that. I can get these opportunities. They'll give you those opportunities as long as you want it for yourself.
It's journeys like Maxwell's that make all the hard work worth it for Michael and Donna.
When you see that young person go from, just walking into that door, and then they start accomplishing some of their dreams, that really makes it worth it. All right.
In the most innovative square mile on the planet, the next generation, making sure the future isn't just built for them, but by them. Yasmin Vasugian, NBC News.
All righty.
Can I tell you how much I love this? This is perfect. Because I was waiting for where the AI part, and it came in. I was like, okay, this is great, but are you teaching them? Are you doing AI? Is AI in this? Yes. And I love that they're doing more than AI. They're teaching these young people how to think, talk, react in the real world. Critical thinking, creative thinking, out of the box, letting them experiment and find for themselves. I just love that. I wish every disadvantaged community did this.
And look, what I was stunned by was because I hadn't been to Boston since it's been a minute, okay? But the fact that they were right across the street from the project.
Yeah.
And they got all of these major tech.
Okay, but let's talk about that, because that's one of the arguments that tech isn't giving or doing. Tech's job isn't that. That's not tech's job. I always tell you, social media, Apple, whoever, their corporation, their first job or first goal is to make money for the shareholders. Yes, they should help the community. Yes, they should guide, but they're not going to do that. So that's why I love this program. This is the bridge between the two communities.
Yes.
The bridge.
And I
must
love
have this bridge.
I'm so glad to see it happening. You know what I mean? And that they got the stakeholders to take part. The engineers are coming over, and the cross pollination.
Right. So and they have the bridge, because if they need funding, they go to the tech. This is how you get your new employees. This is how you get your innovations, by funding these minds, because we're training them to think in a tech world and an AI first world, and they're going to have the skills that you need. See, you don't go begging hand in hand. Oh, man, we have some. That's not what tech job is doing. They're not a charity. They're not an organization. They're a corporation. They must make revenue for their shareholders. Job number one. All the other things, yes, that comes from they should, but they don't. So how do you get that from them? By building this bridge, this program, training the young people. And it doesn't have to be young. This can be adapted to older. It doesn't have to be young. And then you have that bridge that crosses. Tech can come over and say, oh, well, we need that person come over and help us build the that we're working on. See?
Well, I was really impressed with the article, and I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
I thought we ended on a good note. Okay, so with
I was just the whole time the thing the piece was playing. I was like, this is it. That's the thing that's needed.
It's a great model, isn't it?
Yes.
It's beautiful to see.
Yes. Yes.
So that's what I have for you today, guys.
Oh, well, was I the only one that?
No. Fran hasn't done tech history yet.
This was good.
No, about the piece.
That was really, really good. And there should be more communities doing this.
Yes.
In every community. Great model.
Yeah.
Because there's the divide. There is the
digital
have-nots in tech. There's the tale of two. We like, because this was our mayor way back when. This is what he ran on. Oh, the tale of two cities, the rich and the poor. And I was like, yes, but you have to have the.
You're talking
bridge.
about Adams?
No, heck no.
You can't see my face, but I'm like, Adams?
De Blasio. No,
De
Blasio was the one that was. Oh, this and the tale of the two cities and blah blah, and it all came for. And I don't, just a little tangent. I don't know why I got caught up in it, because I've been here a long time. I know what they do. They all come uptown and go to the Abyssinia. They go to the black churches and say blah 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 to us, and da. They go to the Bronx and say blah blah blah. We gonna do this when we get in, and they don't do it. The only one that did anything was Bloomberg, but nobody likes it. I'm like, I don't care if you don't like that man. He did a lot for the city, but that's my New York City rant. But it's just that it's like, oh, here's the same old talk, the same old something. But these two people are doing something. They're doing it.
They got it done.
They're not just saying, oh, the disparity. Oh, and I love the piece when they had the AI and they were training. The young lady was speaking about how the AI was recognizing a lot of black faces and women as males, this and that. That's because the model has to be trained. It's not going to work out the box, and they're teaching these kids to train it. I love that. So the more we ask, because when I go and I always ask for African American or Black or Latino or this or diverse, I always put that in there. I'm like, don't give me any, don't give me any, the majority culture people.
Yes, they're the global minority. Okay. So really what you're asking for is the global majority when it comes to that. And here's the thing, we need to get it to the point, and hopefully these young people can work on that, get it to the point where non-melanated people are, everything is just as inclusive, where where non-melanated people are not the default.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But it has to be interjected by us. We have
Correct.
that we can't wait for Meta to do that, because that's not their
They
thing.
don't
That's
care.
not their focus. We have to, and this is how I love that how AI and the models work. The more you put in it, the more it includes that. It expands. So if we put more melanated, this, that, other, it's going to override the other side. That's how it works, because it's all data.
Here's the thing. You need to have it turned on to allow it to train on that. You understand? So there's a caveat. So maybe you're creating in the space where you are creating something and just playing with the tech. You turn off the where it doesn't train, because if we have it turned off not to train on our stuff.
Okay, that's ChatGPT. I'm thinking about the images, which is
I'm not talking about ChatGPT. I'm talking about all of them. They won't get the images if we turn them off. So there's perhaps another account that we are playing with our images or whatever, so that it can see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of models, especially in the image side, where there is no don't
right, like Midjourney, unless you pay for it.
Yes,
your stuff is out there and open. So you have to have
others.
There's a couple of others that are like that as well.
Yeah.
So if you, and most of us are not going to pay for higher tiers, I'm just saying, because I'm like, let me use what is available to me for the price I'm paying. So
and then there's some other pay-as-you-go models that I've used, and it's all they're switching away from that. So there's going to be it's going to be more of that overriding. Don't train my. We're going to get out of that. I'm seeing that. We're going to get out of that. Don't train my this, that, and the other.
Oh yeah, because it's when I was in Gemini, you had to check a box saying you were going to allow it.
You were going to allow. Yes, because see, that's how the model. That's how it's data. They need that data. They need the incoming information. That's why Gemini is getting so much bigger as integrated into the Gmail, Google account aspect. How it's in everything. It's because they know that's how they get their data to train their models for free, because you use it. See, we are the algorithm. We are the data.
Yeah, when you sign up for that free Gmail account, you sign on to be the little guinea pig that they use to.
There's a cost. It's not money. It's not money. It's you. It's your information. It's your. And I was going to talk about this on Tuesday. I'm not going to.
Okay, so that means you all need to tune in on Tuesday at 8 a.m. to hear.
We're going to talk this track, this track that we're on. So I'm going to stop. But you're right. But what I mean is, the more I make sure I ask for this, that, and the other, specifically because I know that trains the model, that I'm on for.
Right. And you have to do it, because I created something when I was doing a presentation. I was like, look, I need to see some people that look like this.
Yes, and that's what we should do. We should not accept that you ask for a meeting. Okay, here's a meeting of in a tech office, and these are the coworkers. Specify the coworkers. Don't accept who's in the team. Make it what you want. It's a painting. Think of it as painting,
and it can only and a lot of people. Well, that's just they're just being that's all they have to train on.
Override it. Yes. So you're using the AI magical brush to paint. So if you want to see Black people, tell it that. Or if you want to see Latino, Hispanic, Asian, tell it. Say, I want that. Don't be, oh, I can't ask for Asian people. Yes, you can. Yeah, I'm like, I ask for Black people. I want Black people. Hello. If there was a setting I could put in and say, give me Black people only, I put it in there. Or give me, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm doing something for a special, I'm trying to reach a certain segment. So there, I want to see, you want to see who you look like. That's just natural selection.
And because they weren't giving that option to us, we got to ask.
And I'm not going to get mad if they stick a non-melanated person in there. I'm going to like, oh, okay, long as majority is this, I'm cool with it. Okay, that's a DEI picture. I'm going to use it, even though that's a thing that's not happening in government, but I don't care what they're doing. So, all right, rant over.
Okay. All right, I passed the mantle. Who's coming up next?
I will do my tech history.
Okay.
If you all want, or I can put it at the end.
No, let's go.
That's good.
All right. So this week in tech history, December 1st, 1988, computer viruses go mainstream. The Morris worm, one of the first major internet distributed worms, caused widespread disruption across university and government systems. I wonder why. It led directly to the creation of the Computer Emergency Response Team, called CERT, and reshaped cybersecurity forever. December 1st, 1990, the web gets its first server. Tim Berners-Lee launched the world's first web server, info.cern.ch, marking the beginning of the World Wide Web as a functional system. December 2nd, 1997, Wi-Fi is born. The 802.11 wireless standard was officially approved, laying the foundation for modern Wi-Fi and the mobile wireless world we live in today. December 3rd, 1992, the first SMS text message. The very first text message was sent, said Merry Christmas. This single message opened the door to today's messaging culture, instant communication, and the foundation of mobile apps. December 3rd, 1994, PlayStation hits the market. Sony released the original PlayStation in Japan. It revolutionized gaming, sold over 100 million units, and pushed 3D graphics into mainstream entertainment. I think we're on PlayStation 5 now.
Wow, I think so.
Okay. I can remember the push at Christmas time, people scrambling to buy certain things. December 4th, 2001, the birth of the iPod era. Apple released the first iPod software update, enabling Windows compatibility. That move transformed the iPod from a niche Mac accessory into a global device that reshaped music consumption. December 5th, 1969, the ARPANET reaches 4 nodes. The early internet came to life as ARPANET linked its 4th node, which was the University of Utah. This created the first functioning packet switch network, a direct ancestor of the modern internet. So now we're going to talk a little bit about some Blacks in tech history. Clarence Skip Ellis was the first African-American in a major computer science PhD program. He pioneered groupware and operational transformation, the technology that is behind Google Docs, real-time collaboration. Mark Dean, co-creator of the IBM PC and modern computing architecture. He is an inventor and engineer who designed the IBM personal computer, developed ISA bus architecture, and holds part of the patent that launched the PC revolution. Dr. Gladys West, the hidden force behind GPS. Her mathematics and modeling work produced the geodetic calculations essential to the GPS systems the entire world relies on daily. Valerie Thomas, inventor of the illusion transmitter, created a 3D projection technology adopted by NASA and foundational to later imaging developments. James Edward West, creator of the electric microphone, co-invented the microphone technology used in billions of phones, laptops, cameras, and hearing aids. These are innovators whose accomplishes built tech. And this is most at the core, and these are at the core of scientific and engineering work. So now we're going to take a look at some tech making history this week. AI and software. AI is probably going to be in a lot of stories from here on out. AI interfaces expand across mobile and enterprise systems, especially conversational agents and voice-first tools, becoming workplace standards, where you are talking to the AI, just like when Alexa and Erie came out in your house. Now it's embedded in your computers, and you can talk to it and tell it to do certain things right within your computer, your phone, or whatever. This is like on Star Trek. Computer, do da 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 da.
Do the body scan or whatever.
Right. It's the AI is in everything now. Computer, what is the trajectory? How long will it take me to get to TJ's house if I started driving? You know what I mean? It's now voice first tools are becoming workplace standards. Companies boost AI-powered forecasting, automated reporting, and low-code workflows, pushing automation deeper into small business operations. So now small companies and businesses and ministries and things, they can move more quickly and more efficiently, easier now, because AI is incorporated into things, the automations for AI. Autonomous vehicles. Waymo is in the spotlight. Waymo continues expanding its robo-taxi footprint while navigating political and operational resistance. So robo-taxi is now looking to launch into our area here. Right now it's in San Francisco, Phoenix. I'm not sure if it's in New York yet, but it's definitely in Southern California, San Francisco, Arizona. And the co-CEO of Waymo is Takedra Mawakana. She's a Black girl. I know that the co-CEO of Waymo was a Black girl. She leads scaling efforts toward 1 million robo-taxi trips per week by 2026. Wow. Her leadership centers on safety, transparency, responsible deployment, balancing innovation with public trust, strategically entering new cities while maintaining regulatory compliance. She's steering one of the most important mobility revolutions since the automobile.
There you go.
And seasonal reports and hardware updates preview next-gen devices in wearables, AR, which is AR is
something reality.
Augmented reality. Thank you, Terry. I know it was like, wait, I know that one. Updates preview next-gen devices and wearables, augmented reality, and AI-enhanced computing expected early next year. This is consumer tech that is coming up. So look for stuff coming out that you can wear Meta's already updated their next set of glasses. I tried them. The display glasses, kind of interesting, but I'm like, do I really want to have
something in your eye like that?
Right. And well, and you still got
Is it distracting? Is it a distracting thing, or
if you're driving, I'm sure it's a distraction.
Right.
Well, I don't know, because I thought that the hologram on the dashboard would be a distraction, but I didn't find it to be. But on my glasses, I think you're right. I just can't imagine.
So my son has a pair, right? So I tried them on and doing, because you have to wear something on your wrist.
Okay.
And you're doing this.
What?
You're doing
hand gestures
to make stuff happen inside the glass.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so how can I use this functionally? Because right now the ones that I have, I put them on, I can hear, I can talk and tell it to go, hey Meta, do this, turn up the music, turn off the music, what is that flower? And I can do all of that just by talking.
Right.
So I don't know if I want to now start swiping and tapping
and seeing.
Well, I don't mind the seeing part, but I was like, okay.
No, I mean seeing within the lens.
And it's right down here. It's not obtrusive. You can just tell that it's on. And I'm like,
I think the tapping part would come into play if you're in a place where you can't, like, to do a voice command would be distracting, like in a library or a meeting or something. But I agree with you. I would rather do the voice thing, because I'm like with my AirPods, I just do all kind of stuff now. When I used to just grab the phone and tap. Now I'm like, wait a minute, I could just say, hey, do this, do that.
Now, but the other thing that it does was whatever you were seeing on your phone, you now see it inside the glass. Now, I don't know if you can run a movie from inside there, but you can see a screen, and it files more. It has to get more apps
that interact.
And I'm like, okay. My son said, wait till the second iteration comes out. Don't.
Never buy the first generation of anything.
You never. Never,
always wait. I do have a question though. I know that having the screen in front of you is probably not obstructive because it's probably sheer or see-through, but what, from a health standpoint, are they saying about having something that close to your eyes all the time?
I don't think anybody's talked about that yet. At least I don't remember.
I thought about it when you were talking about it, because it's right below I know you said it's below the vision level, the field of vision, but you still got some kind of blue screen, something coming up.
And I think they took that into consideration. Just saying, and it's there. And it took me a little bit. It wasn't annoying like I thought it might be, but it's still.
If Iron Man can deal with it, you'll be okay. He said RoboCop had it first, so
right. And I think that's where they're pulling this from, because Google Glass had this first, right?
Yeah,
and
they were ugly though, but yes,
they were bulky. It was the first iteration. Go ahead.
Right, but with the Google Glass, it was interesting because people can't tell that you're seeing something on the screen.
Right.
They can't tell that you're ignoring them, but other than that,
or that you're recording them.
Well, that goes for the other pair of glasses too. It will still light up if you're recording. It'll still have the white light.
Right.
But what they have discovered is there's actually a quote company that you can send your glasses into if you want to be able to turn off the light, the green light when it's I can't remember. I read about this last week, and that's a red flag. That seems nefarious, but
we'll help you. We'll help you.
Why are you trying to circumvent that? That's the thing. But there is.
Who are you trying to record?
Exactly.
Well, I
Exactly.
guess if you work for Campbell's Soup, you might want to know.
Hey,
People will be
Yeah.
looking for
Campbell's soup.
people will
Right.
be looking for like deers with headlights in their eyes, according to Fred.
And
Yeah,
then if you have
and-
that light adjusted, you're avoiding the warranty. So good luck with that, people.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Exactly.
And
But
yeah, and I was like, okay, so most people don't like if you're like say Meta take a picture, it
Mhm.
snaps so fast, people are they're not gonna notice it.
Right.
And then a lot of people, the light could be on and they don't notice it.
Well, I have a question. Does this now mean you can sit in a meeting and stream the meeting?
But okay, you're gonna have to pay the repercussions of doing that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You're gonna have to own that because by I don't, it's not law, and somebody can correct me on this. You have to tell somebody or ask permission to record.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just go in.
Yeah,
And
I
start
think there's some
recording.
states that you don't. There's maybe a few, but most of them, like you said, are right. You have to what is it? Third party, second party, something. I
Yeah.
forgot what it's called.
if you are in a public space,
Yes.
yes.
Fred said that you imagine an ad popping up, and that's probably what's going.
Eventually,
Yeah.
depending on what level what tier you pay for.
Audio ad.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Are
Well,
we
you
doomed
said
yet?
you wanted the X-ray glasses, so you could X-ray vision.
I remember those. Yeah, I wanted some of those.
oh,
you
Fred
go.
said, yeah, a lady got kicked out of court for recording a closed session. Now, come on, lady.
Now, see, this is what I think I told you all before that when it comes to television shows and series, I can't stand stupid characters.
Mm-hmm.
I hate stupid characters in real life even more. Why would you record something and risk that? Everything is not for recording. And that's because, again, too many people think they have too many rights.
Okay.
There you go. Didn't I say earlier about
You did.
people in America? That's how they
Yeah, I
think.
know my right.
I
You
know
think
my
you have
right.
too many rights.
You can't
That's
stop
the
me.
problem.
I'm gonna do what I want. That's Europe doesn't have that kind of thinking. I mean, there's some people over there, but they have a more
I'm gonna follow the rules.
right.
kind of
Right. I'm gonna
thinking.
follow the rules. We're an older country. We do that. They're more
Same thing with
set in their-
Asia, because it's
Mhm.
about the good of society above the good
Yes.
of the individual. And
Yes.
guess what? If you don't care about the good of the society, we'll make you care by putting you in jail. So
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
how. That's why we can't get any laws like they have in EU. That's why we can't get them because
Well, if we even got the laws, who's gonna follow them?
That's the second part of it. That's why I brought up the seatbelt. There's people that
Yeah.
still won't wear the seatbelts.
And they're
But we're having all kinds of GoFundMe's when something happens. No-
Yeah, and the child safety seats.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that, and when I mean child, real quick, the child safety seats. I'm not talking about infants. It's I think it's children
booster
under a
seats.
certain weight that have to sit. You have to sit in a chair. There's like a little booster chair if they're a certain
Yep.
size and everything. People don't do that.
They just put the
I'm
kid
not
in
even
there.
talking about the babies. I'm talking about the older kids.
Yep, that are not at the right weight to have it be in
Yeah,
the seat by
because of the
themselves.
way the seatbelts are designed, they have to sit in a certain place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there's a little chair that you have to buy, and it puts them in the right spot for the people
Booster
aren't doing
seat,
that.
yeah. And then even at that in California, if you're under a certain weight or age 7, you can't ride in the front.
Right. See, they
Mhm.
have to do, but people, how many people letting their kids under 7 ride in the front?
Now you know we all. None of us. With no seatbelts set. I remember when we were little, we would sit in the back, but my parents would only be like, "Okay, put on your seatbelt. We're going on the highway." Only if we were on the highway. Otherwise, it was free for all. We were turned backwards.
And also remember the station wagon?
Absolutely, yes.
You saw all the kids back there.
The seat faced the back, and you had the middle seats.
They
had a
did get
huge
back there,
station
and
wagon.
you didn't care. Just sit down. They didn't care how they were
and we didn't care how many kids were on a seat.
Thank you.
Exactly.
We were supposed to do that, but we're doing it. So that's just a part of.
Well,
I mean, people are leaving people are leaving their cars running, and they leave the baby in the car, and somebody steals the car. Oh, my baby, my baby! I was just going out for a second. I was just running in for a second, and
Fred got some jokes going on here.
What did Brad say? What
he said about the recording, social flame.
Oh,
it was a Diddy session.
Oh,
wow.
And then he says, Ohio has the same rules about.
Oh, is it about the kids a certain weight?
Or I think it was
Probably
about
seatbelts, right?
And he said back in the day, it was good enough to say you better sit your behind still was enough to keep you in your place.
Yes. Yes. And if the parent was really good, all it took was a look. They didn't have to speak. It was just a
absolutely.
Yeah, my mother's favorite thing was, don't worry. Really quiet and low. Don't worry, and you would be worried.
You knew.
My mom had a look, and I was like, she looked and I shut up.
Exactly. Exactly. You know,
there was no talking. There was no, just a look and and
so now there's going to be new rules because people got wearables now. There's this in this city. There was this shop. They called it the Spy Shop, where they had cameras that went in your buttonholes and all. Stuff. I was like, okay, wait a minute, and people are going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah, because
they have one of those in DC too. Ours was called the Counter Spy Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they put those things in the women's bathroom, or what they call upskirting, where they walk around and they try to film women under the skirts and all kind of crazy.
My thing is, you don't have a job.
No, probably not. They camp it out. They
well, the question is, you're streaming that stuff. Who's watching it? That's even scarier.
People without jobs too. Listen, I'm just, again, maybe I have too much of a "you're supposed to do the right thing" attitude.
You know, you do. That comes from your parenting. Yes,
I do. You don't do things like that, and anybody who does things like that is a complete degenerate. So the problem is, we apologize for people who do deplorable things in this society, and it's like, oh well, maybe nothing. Just be good. It takes so much. Listen, you had to go to the Spy Shop and buy that stuff and jerry rig up whatever you're doing to do what you're doing wrong. You know how much money you could have made if you were
thinking like that. They're like, oh well, let's put this together and da da da. I'm like, but why?
And see, the wearables we have now today are to help you be when you're walking.
Yeah.
And you want to, like the squirrel is walking up to you or something. I'm like, Meta, start the video, because I don't have time to pull out the phone and the bird is gone now because you're trying to flip the phone out your pocket. Well, it's a helpful thing, but people can turn it into not so nice things.
Exactly.
Yes. Ain't nothing but the devil.
And see, then there's people who take it too far.
Take it
with that's
yes,
mark of the beast.
Somebody.
Oh, this is too far.
Screwdriver.
Okay? Yes,
Dr. Tachi, somebody's going to mess up the screwdriver.
Yeah, the poor screwdriver. It was so innocent. It's like, oh, look at this tool to make houses and to put screws in the things and put things together. And here, screwdriver goes, well, why am I in it? What did I do?
Well, and then to Fred's point, then there are always those people like a tool to put screws in. That's witchcraft. There are people who do it on the other end that are too much.
Yes, yes. Everything is the devil.
Yeah, come on now.
Everything ain't the devil. Sorry.
Well, that was your week in tech history.
That was good. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Fred.
Love it.
Okay, DJ.
All right. So this week, social media news, not much because we had a holiday. So, people holidays, they kind of just zone out and like, we're not doing nothing. But there's a few things we can talk about. Let's start with Meta. So Meta is centralizing Facebook and Instagram support, and they're making a centralized support hub for Facebook and Instagram users. So within this hub, users will find tools to report an account issue, recover an account they lost access to, and get answers using an AI-powered search and an AI assistant. So this is going to design. It's going to offer more personalized help with things like account recovery, managing your profile, updating your settings. So this is going to be available to Facebook first, and then they're going to roll out to Instagram and the
The AI got my account and it won't let it go.
So this means Mark can get his account back, because we know different people have their account taken down, and then they can't talk to nobody.
Right, they can't talk. Well, they'll be able to talk to AI. So they're
and
saying
that AI will
right.
talk you down into a hole as far as you want to go.
That's the point, probably.
Yes. So also Meta said that the AI has helped them avoid disabling accounts by mistake more than ever before, and has sped up the appeals process when mistakes occur. So you know that a lot of stuff in Meta is not people doing it. It's just, okay, people's account get banned or groups get shut down or whatever because of a glitch or something. So they're saying AI is going to help it from just automatically disabling people's accounts or doing things by rote. The AI is going to be a little bit smarter about, wait a minute, we're not going to do this, that, and that. Then when you put the appeal process through, it's going to go to AI, and AI is going to determine where to go from there.
So the AI shut down the account, and now the AI is going to adjudicate.
Right. Well, how it was being set, I'm not sure how it was being disabled before, but they're saying they had a lot of mistaken disabled accounts by mistake, and AI is going to stop that.
Okay, but it ain't helping all the ones that got banned.
Well, if you did something new, if you really broke a rule, then you really, they're really going to be like, well, you broke the rule. So
Fred said AI will also talk to you in the cultural language you sound like. Oh, it's them people.
Them people. Yeah, so we'll see how this shakes out, this Facebook, Instagram support and the AI support assistant. We'll see how that goes. And Threads is testing a new way to manually guide feed algorithms. This one I'm interested in because they are trying to help users curate your feed. I always say to do that. So now they are trying to help people do that by the user, posting a message to Dear Algo, Dear ALGO. That's who you at. You at Dear Algo. And then you say what you want to see more or less of in the Threads app. So here's an example. You can type Dear Algo at the beginning of your post, then provide a conversational query to update your registered interest. This is, the person writing the article. Like, why are you writing like this? So what it is that you can say, Dear Algo, show me posts where people are decorating cakes, or show me posts where people are knitting, or don't show me posts about like whatever's trending right now and you don't want to see it, like sports. I would say, Dear Algo, don't show me any sports. I don't want to know anything about people talking about sports. So this is what we're trying to do. So it temporarily refines what's displayed in your feed to show you more of what you like. And then you engage with that content, and then it becomes more of a permanent shift as you engage with it, i.e. like, the heart in Threads, you like it or respond or whatever, or save. Okay, so then that's how the algorithm will register the interest. Now, this came from people actually posting, Dear Algorithm, show me that. I've seen a lot of posts like that in this year. And now Threads Meta went ahead and said, oh, let's make that a thing. But you do send a message to Dear Algo. show me this, that, and the other. Or if you want to see a lot of posts about Denzel Washington, dear algorithm or dear algo, show me posts about Denzel Washington. Magically done.
Because it's so basically you are asking AI within threads.
Yeah.
It's kind of like asking ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity. I want to see and it goes out and gets that and brings it back. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of a lot of the platforms have the little 3 dots and you go in and you say, I like it, or show me less, show me more. So instead of you doing all that, you just say, dear algo, show me this. Dear algo, don't show me posts about like whatever's trending right now and you're sick and tired of people talking about it, but it's showing up in your thing. Say, dear algo, don't show me threads about, I was just going to go and see what's trending. How do I get to trending? I forgot. Search. Let me see. Okay, so trending now, Diddy documentary. So if you go in and the people that you follow or you see posts talking about Diddy and that Netflix thing, dear algo, do not show me any posts about Diddy documentary. Poof, done. Okay, so I went to trending. There's a bunch of stuff. Erica Kirk, Natalie Reynolds, I don't know who that is. Dolly Parton, something. The Full Moon was the other day, and Palantir CEO has done something. So, but if I go into if I just open up threads and I see a bunch of stuff, I'm like, why are you talking about this? Oh, and this is a good example would be Sunday night. I would go on, and if I see a bunch of stuff talking about NFL games on Sunday or Monday, I'm like, don't show me anything about the NFL. Poof. Dear algo.
So this is kind of like when on Twitter, when everybody was talking about the Game of Thrones or what have you, and so people got into that. Fred said, I'm still not into threads. He said, dear algo, nah, pack this up. And then he said the glasses will read your eye patterns and trigger AI when they recognize your eye patterns, show you searching. Well, that might happen with the glasses, right? Because it sees what you're looking at.
Yeah, because remember, everything ones and zeros. All right, one more from Threads. Threads is experimenting with AI interaction summaries on your profile. So they are testing AI-powered interaction summaries that would be overlaid on user profiles when you visit them, which would give you a quick overview of your past interactions with that user, if you have any. So it's it will say if you go to somebody's profile, here's from the sample. It says you and the username summarized by Meta AI. And then it gives a summary of, it says you both like Love Island, New York dining. This person like 4 posts of yours and has been in so it kind of tracks the interaction between you and the other user. So they're testing this when you go to a profile. It would be a temporary thing right under your profile. Okay, so it's like, so the example from the article is like Gmail message summaries, but in thread form, giving you a rundown of your past interactions while also including notes on related interests, messages, things that were posted, etc. So that's a test. That doesn't mean that it's going to stay around. So, and I have one more. One more. So we were talking about what were we talking about? The law, the minors, they're trying to ban minors from the social media app. So Hawaii, and we were saying like Montana and all these people were trying to lawsuits or whatever. So Hawaii is suing TikTok. So they came out this week. They're filing a lawsuit against ByteDance Inc., alleging that the social media giant knowingly designed an addictive platform that harms users, particularly children, while misleading the public about the risks. So they're saying the model is built on compulsive use, employing coercive design tactics to keep users engaged for as long as possible, to mine personal data and generate advertising revenue. Yes, that's what they do. Yes.
Aren't every one of the platforms doing that?
They all do that.
Thank you.
Right.
Are they suing Sony, Xbox? Are they suing?
PlayStation.
Exactly. Are
So
you
they're
suing the mobile companies as well?
so they're
Because
focusing on because they're saying it's addictive techniques are especially harmful to children because they have limited ability to self-regulate their screen time. And didn't I say about being a parent?
so is McDonald's.
I was getting ready to say, so we got McDonald's, we got Kool-Aid, we got all of the fast food people. They know that food is addictive, and nobody's suing them for because they don't make you drive into the drive-through to get it. So
They don't
And
force
nobody
it
is
in your
making them
mouth.
use TikTok. Don't have it. It's the same thing of, if you know there's something that's a trigger for you in the house, like I don't keep crackers here because I will finish a whole sleeve of like Ritz crackers with no problem. So I don't keep crackers here because I'm
Yeah.
like, no, they just can't be in the house. Okay.
Yeah, and I can't have ice cream anymore because of the issues. But I bought some because I was like, oh, I really want, and I was like, okay, now I remember why I don't buy it. But whose fault is that?
Exactly.
It's mine because
So
I
you
bought
just
it
don't
knowing
keep
I
those
shouldn't have
things
bought it.
around. Right.
Okay,
So it's the
come
same
on.
thing with Tik that don't have it on their phone. It's very
Yes.
simple.
Yes.
Right,
So
and you're the one paying for the phone.
exactly.
Exactly.
Unless the child has a job. So here's the governor of Hawaii. The mental health and well-being of our kids must come first. TikTok design praise on their vulnerabilities. I don't know why I can't get that word out. Creating an environment where addiction and anxiety thrive. Yes. But what do you do about it? We just said take the phone away from the kid. They have phones where there's no app on it.
Correct.
And the parents buy them because they want to keep in touch with their kid. There's no apps on it, no social media apps. It's just a phone. Hi, mom. I'm at home. I'm on the way. I'm leaving. Where are you?
I do believe that you can lock some apps on the iPhone if on the iPhone you can lock up some stuff where they can't get to the
Ooh, and
particular
how do you
app.
look at the phone? Let me have your phone. Let me have the phone. Let me have my phone, not your phone. Let me have my phone because I pay for it. Why can't parents do that? Ooh.
Because they scared of their kids.
Yes, they're afraid of their kids. No. So it's like we said, there's McDonald's, there's this, there's that. Why is TikTok getting all the heat? Because TikTok has this great algorithm that just supersonic and shows people exactly what they want to watch when they give a signal that that's what they want to watch. That the algorithm goes bloop. Your wish is my command. Here are videos about cats. Here are videos about people domesticating squirrels. I still can't get over the fact that I saw that with the people
Dressing
with
squirrels
and
oh my God.
pets, and they dressed up the squirrel. It fascinated me. But that's what it does. That's what it does. So what do you have to do if you have a minor child? Give me the phone. Oh, TikTok. Whoop, delete, uninstall.
And then here's the thing: how about not giving them the device at all before the age because there are people who put the device in the kid's hand to keep them entertained by Miss Rachel, Miss Mary, whoever, and the
Bluey and what all the little thing. I don't even know all Paw Patrol or whatever. I watched the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade and saw all these little characters. Like, oh, that's what the kids are.
Yeah, Labubu was even in the Macy's parade this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a Labubu. Well, Pop Mart, who makes Labubu, there was a Pop Mart float, but Labubu is the most popular character. So yeah.
Wow.
And the kids are learning how to swipe and tap, and they're not even 2.
Wow.
Okay, so what did they go up to the Apple store or to the Play Store and buy the app or buy the phone? I think not. They can't even drive to go get the phone.
And remember, we kind of talk about this on Tuesday where I was saying about the influence. Gen Alpha has the spending power and this and that, and it's because the parents provide them with it or empower them with it. Like we're saying, they're afraid of the kid to say, because of whatever reason. Oh, as a child, I was denied, so I'm not going to deny my child. Whatever reason, they're giving these young kids the device. Here, do this, do that, for whatever reason, and this is the end result of it. You still have to be the parent. Don't be afraid of your kid.
Here's the
Some of
thing.
them all.
Other circumstances notwithstanding, you were denied X. Did you turn out okay without it? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Is
They
there a
don't see it
serious
that way.
deficit because you did not have X?
Right.
I wanted Jordache jeans. My mother was like, "Not today, Satan." So, I was fine without it. And then when I look, here's the thing. Of course, you need a certain level of critical thinking to understand this. At the time, I wasn't really angry. If I was just like, oh, okay, well,
You just
I just deal with it, right?
It's a kid thing. You get angry in the moment, and it's like, oh, the parent, my mom, my dad was right.
But I look at some of these kids that I went to school with that had Jordache jeans. I'm like, your life is deplorable. Sorry, God, but your life is deplorable. I'm glad I didn't have everything.
But see,
Right.
now here's the key. Now, as an adult, if you not Jordache, but whatever designer thing that you wanted, and you've got the means to do it, you just buy it. Just okay, I'm
Well,
cool.
And that's what my mother would say. She's
Right.
like, I really want, like, we would ask, can we go to Disney World? My mother was
Mhm.
like, when you get your own money, you can take yourself to
Yes.
Disney World. Now I live in Florida and I have no desire to go to Disney World at all.
Right.
So it's like you don't want what is not right in front of you. And that's like you were saying, that's how advertising works. I asked
Yes.
my mother for a pair of Nikes. She was
It's
like,
designed-
she said, let me
designed-
tell you something about Mr.
Mhm.
Nike. There's no Mr. Nike. But she told me this whole diatribe and soliloquy about Mr. Nike.
There's no Mr.
because they were able to see past all of the hoopla, and they
Yes.
were like, no, you are not
Yes.
getting that. These tennis shoes right here are just as good. You will wear these.
And as you get older, those are just things. And now there was one thing that stood out to me with the Steve Jobs biography, and they were writing about why he wore the black turtleneck, the jeans every day. It was like, because clothing wasn't something to him. That wasn't his focus. That wasn't his design. And I'm like, now I'm just like, okay, I kind of feel that way. I'm just gonna put some clothes on. I'm like, I don't have. You got to have the sparkly designer thing or whatever the trendy thing is now. And I'm like,
You don't. Although his iconic turtleneck sweater was designed by a Japanese designer, it was still, and that guy he now makes the sweater for the iPhones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the thing,
Yeah,
sock.
it's the
Sweater
same.
sock.
It's the same designer.
No, yes, that's not Takashi Murakami. I'll look it up, but I know that
Yeah.
designer.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that it's not cool. I love people that love designer stuff. I'm like, because that's your passion, that's your thing. And I'm like, now I'm like, okay, when I was a kid, we had the Calvin Kleins, and I was like, oh, I want some Calvin.
Okay.
Now I'm like,
I'm gonna date myself. Y'all remember the members only jacket?
Yes. My boyfriend had one. I wore his. I was like, I didn't have one. I was like, can I get your jacket?
Not using the members only jacket as a Letterman jacket. Wow.
You got a members, got a members on, because he's the only kid. So, and his parents were kind of wealthy, so they would, he would get whatever he wanted. I was like, just, he would get a sports car and wreck it and all. They would just buy him a new one because he's the only
crazy.
kid. So,
oh my god,
yeah. So I'm driving. I'm like, okay, yeah, but I'm like, my mom isn't going to buy one. She was like,
no, we was not getting members only. We were not getting Jordache.
Nope.
You have food on the table. You
Yes.
have a place to eat. She bought a house.
warm place to live.
Well, exactly. And see, this is the operative thing. It's about what you value more.
Yes.
So when I was looking at and I've always been into fashion, but you developed a sense of style from what was available because my mother loved
Right.
thrift store shopping. And so that's
Yes.
what we ended up doing. And I
But
love
see, that's a thing
thrifting.
now. But the vintage, that's a thing now. The vintage.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's vintage or charity shop if you're in the UK, but it's still, secondhand, pre-loved clothing, which I
Yes.
love. I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
But everybody who had to have all new and stuff all the time, their parents, this is what I realized, their parents were trying to make up for not having in other areas.
Okay.
So a lot of the ones I went to school, first of all, Buffalo, it's not a highly educated place. So we came there.
Buffalo is kind of it's like, yeah,
Buffalo's trash. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I wasn't
Okay?
gonna.
I'll say it. It's trash. So we went there because of the university. That's where my
Right,
father
that's
worked.
where-
That's why we lived there.
Yes.
And see, that doesn't make you any better if you're more educated. Not at all. However, there was a different level of awareness we had of things because of that education. And
Right.
so they did not feel the need to buy us the sun, the moon, and the stars, because the thing is like, well, you're going to medical school, so forget about all these things now. Who cares? But for the other, people that I would see younger, my classmates and stuff, it was as if their parents were trying to make up for inequities in other areas. And
Yes.
so they brought them everything. And I'm like, but you people don't even really have jobs. I'm looking.
Here's the thing about the kids that got all the designer stuff in school is like you said, what are they now? They're not mostly not doing anything or elevating or whatever because they were given everything. They didn't have to work for anything. They didn't have a desire to have things. And like I said, when I get old, you get older, I'm like, well, I don't really, I can buy that now. I'd rather spend it on another experience. Because you're thinking as an adult, I'm gonna get that thing that my mom wouldn't buy me when I was a kid. I'm like, when you get to be an adult, you're like, I kind of want something else. I want that money to go somewhere else. So
Fred said he wanted British Knights. So did I.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many things. So very many things.
So
that-
yeah.
And
All right,
okay.
go ahead.
So all of that to say this, those were the things that could have become addicted, right?
Yes.
The trends that were
Yes,
out.
the trends, the thing, because the cool kids had it or everybody had it, you didn't have it, so you felt left out. But now they're bringing that now to where they're giving the Gen Alpha kids, okay, they get this and this because I didn't have the overcompensation, like Dr. Tati said, overcompensation. So, but the kid just wants the parent. They just want to be with the. They're not, and plus they're not gonna remember that stuff. Because I was telling my daughter the other day, I was like, "Oh, remember when that?" And she was like, "No," but it's in my head. Like, "Oh, I wanted to get that, and we couldn't get in." She was like, "No, I don't remember that." I'm like, "No." So that's another thing parents don't worry about when they're younger. They're not gonna remember. They're like, "What you talking about?" She looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, "What are you talking about?"
Like, okay, here's the thing. Stop having sweet 16 level birthday parties for a 1-year-old.
Oh my God. Please let me not go.
Carolina, you're silent.
Thank you.
They're financing parties like their weddings.
I'm
That
like,
doesn't make any sense.
And the kid is not going to remember that.
They're not going to remember or appreciate it. Listen, my mother had to gently suggest that I have a graduation party for my doctorate, because I was okay if I didn't.
Right.
But that's just me. I'm not the type that like celebrates my birthday all year long. And if you are, good for you. But that's not what I do. But there are some people that make such a big deal of these celebrations. But I understand why. I'm not, but I don't condone spending X amount on
I'm
it.
glad you understand why. I don't understand
well,
why.
Well, if you think about it, okay, when we talk about melanated people, think about how you are so persecuted in society. There's no other time that you're really celebrated. And so you've come to learn to celebrate yourself because you don't get that celebration from society.
Right.
But you overdo it because of that. And so you're like, hey, it's my birthday month. It's my birthday. Your birthday was Thursday, and that is it. I'll give you the weekend because it fell on a Thursday, right? But there are just some people that are like that. But I see why, because, and then when it comes to overspending, again, they may have felt like their childhood wasn't up to stuff. There's one content creator who I follow, and it's really on the sneak now because she does some things like shop at Target that I'm like are destructive to
Right.
our community, and I don't
Right.
condone that. But she had her first child when she was 19. And, you know, she was saying she was super poor and she was in school. So she went through undergrad and law school while he was little, and she
Right.
couldn't afford to buy him like name brand Oreos or whatever.
Right.
So I think that really stayed with her. Plus, she alludes to the fact that her parents didn't pay as much attention to her as they could have. And so now what she's doing, now that she has more of the means through content creation and she was an attorney, she has the money now to kind of, quote, spoil her daughter that she had with her current husband. And so if you look, it's like there's so creative ideas, but I'm like, does she need another set
But
up?
see, here's the thing that I was just saying about talking to my daughter and saying, I'm thinking, oh, this, and this, and she doesn't even remember. She's like, what are you talking about? So the kid in this scenario where she's buying this and that, those are her experiences in her head, because when I was younger, I didn't have. But your kid, they're not gonna remember that.
Even if she just did something simple, I mean, they live in Jersey, but pretend, they go to the Jersey Shore, to the beach, and they have a $1.25 bucket and shovel from not Dollar Tree
Wherever
anymore, whatever,
the
because
experience of spending the day with mom and dad at the beach. That's what they remember,
Right.
not that the fact that you spent all this budget on a party.
Right. Or not that it was a Louis Vuitton bucket with a gold-plated shovel.
Okay.
They don't care.
They're not gonna remember. Trust. Because I'm thinking, and she's like, what are you talking about? So they don't remember that. They remember the experiences of, remember when we went and did XYZ and dad and this. They remember that, the experience, not like Dr. Tati saying that they bought the Chanel bag. It's like, okay, just a bag or whatever they wanted. So
yeah, Fred said college level graduation parties for middle schoolers.
I don't see. I don't see the.
I'm like, ooh, this is a bit much going on here. And it has to be a whole thing.
You take that kid to Chuck E. Cheese still a thing. You take the little kids, all they want to go is just a bunch of friends. Everybody's at a party with a little hat and a little Chuck E. Cheese and the
It
party.
could be at
and
the park.
That's the park. Yes.
Hot dogs and hamburger or whatever you eat and grill them at the park.
Yeah,
that's fine.
The kids want to run and play, and they'll play with the box.
A designer cake and a designer this and the this and that and the this shoes and the $300 shoes for a baby. I'm like, a baby? Get out of here. But do you people enjoy?
Anymore.
But what I mean is the thing of it's all them little kids together, the excitement of a party, whether it's in a park or where, it's the kids together, the noise, the this, they laughing, playing games, eating hot dogs. Not we're eating filet mignon and no, that's an adult thing. We're showing off for the adults.
Remember back in the day, the flex was you had your birthday party at McDonald's or Burger King or Pizza Hut. So I didn't have one at there, but my sister did at McDonald's with a Playland. My God, today.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. So, and the thing is, we had gone to one, our neighbor had one, and they were like uppity. So it was a one up for us. And my mother didn't even know, but my sister and I said, see, Ivy only had you could only have a hamburger or French fries. My mother bought whole Happy Meals for everybody that attended.
Whole Happy Meal?
Oh, whole Happy Meal. Every child that attended, you had a whole Happy Meal.
Oh my goodness! But I know them kids was like, a whole Happy Meal.
Oh, they were on, because usually the parents are, you can only have a hamburger or a French fry. That's it. Well, my mother was like, oh no, if we're doing this, we're going to do it right.
In there. The toys in the meal.
Exactly.
Yep. Your gift is in the meal.
Yes.
The Happy Meal was it. You didn't have to buy anything else.
Everybody went home with a hostess gift.
Oh, swag bag. Okay.
Yes, a
She even
swag
got a
bag.
bag.
And if you didn't
And
finish
you-
your meal, you could take it home because it was already a doggy bag.
Fred said, I have a Burger King paper crown in my office.
I remember those Burger King crowns.
Yes.
But the McDonald's thing, that was the flex. As it,
Yep.
oh, you McDonald's, because McDonald's was it. Not now, but you know. But
Back then, because most of them don't even really have playlands anymore. But
I know they took them. We had one up here. They took it out because I used to take her when she was little, and now it's like, oh, they took out the little play thing. Oh,
Okay, because 2020, 2019, and 2020 happened.
yes,
Yeah.
I forgot the pen.
yeah, you're sliding right through COVID-19. So
No.
they're like, let's take this out.
Yeah.
And Fred said, my older cousin cut nuggets in half and made sandwiches at home.
You see how we do?
We're creative.
We are very creative. That's
That's
a
how
whole
we do.
chicken sandwich.
We got 3 nuggets, but 10 kids. Cut them up. Pete, you get a sliver, and 1 fry. Like that, you get 1 fry. But it's McDonald's. All right, I have one more that I've done. So I was gonna. This is not really like an update. So, but if you notice, Spotify Rap came out this week. If you use Spotify,
yeah.
if not,
Yes.
there's a whole discussion about Spotify Rap. It's the personalized year-end recap of your listening habits. It shows your top artists, albums, genres, and all of the things that you've done within the app during the year. But this year, they included something called listening age. And this has gotten people upset. So it says your listening age is 70. And you're like 30. And you're like, what the? What they do is like if you listen to older music, like the 60s, the 70s, or whatever, or you listen to a lot of mix, they're basing it on the decade.
On the content. Okay.
Yeah, on the decade. So people are like, whatever. So and then Spotify goes, oh, age is just a number. Don't take it personally. But people are taking it personally. Because I'm 30, you telling me my listening age is 70 or 80 or whatever.
Somebody did not take the temperature in the room. Somebody did not.
Oh my God.
But why you gotta do that? Why you gotta put a listening age? Why can't you just? It was never included before in all the other Spotify raps.
Yeah, you know, this is the thing because this was also one of my stories. Now it won't be. I'll just include
Oh, I'm
it
sorry.
in- No. That's fine because a lot of what we do there's a crossover. So
All right,
it's
yeah. So
inevitable.
let's talk about it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Go into it.
So, you know, this is the interesting thing for me, and I think part of the thing is because we focus so much on youth in American culture that it becomes almost an insult to say my listening age is 70, you know, or my listening age is 55. It's almost an insult because people are trying to hang on to youth in all sorts of ways. And that includes music. That includes, so to be, even if you listen, even if you like old school music, maybe you like the, who are those
Motown
sisters?
or
Motown.
So
Maybe you
here's
like
the
the
deal, real
Andrews
quick.
sisters from the
I like
1930s.
Right. So if I like classical music, I listen to a lot of it. What age does that make me on? Like 150?
Exactly. Your listening age is 206. So I mean, it's unnecessary. If you ask me, I think it's an unnecessary metric. And if you were looking for a gimmick or something to add Spotify, this was not it. I don't think it would, because people are very sensitive about their age. In this now, so it might be something different someplace else, but if you look at the US, they're very sensitive about their age here. So I don't know if that was the thing to
I didn't. Yeah. So let me. Mine was. They said your listening age is 62 because you were into music from the late 70s. You're an old soul.
Okay.
Like stuff from the 70s.
So
don't take it
that
personal.
was as I'm listening to stuff from childhood or whatever. So that makes me 62. It was like you're saying, it was unnecessary. I didn't need to say it in a different way. Oh, you're an old soul. You like that old time, that old 70s R&B group, you know, whatever, and talk about the decade. Talk about what was from that decade instead of saying my listening age is 62.
Thank you. So may I add a little bit to this? So what they're saying that it does is that it combs through your songs to look through the 5-year span of music that you engage with more than other listeners your age. So then that's how it hypothesizes from that 5-year window that it matches a quote listener's reminiscence bump, assuming that they were between 16 and 21 when those songs came out. Who told you that? But anyway, so it says, quote, for example, if you listen to way more music from the late 70s than others your age, we playfully, they said playfully, hypothesize that your listening age is 63 today, the age of someone who would have been in their formative years in the late 70s.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily true.
They could have put this somewhere else. They could have done this another way, like playfully. Spotify.
Yeah.
Playfully, you could have been more creative about that. So, but then on the other side, this gets people talking about the Spotify Wrapped. So,
yeah, maybe this was all along their plan.
Could be, it could be, because there's a lot of let's do unpopular whatever, and let's get the outrage talking on social media. Let's get the outrage ramped up so we're trending. So that might be it too.
That could be.
Yes, because just one more before we go to Dr. Tati is just that I just remembered is it Pantone? Pantone came out with the color of the year and it's white.
Wasn't that something? That was just crazy.
There was some theories about, again, they want to stand out in this anti-DEI world, anti this and that, by saying, oh, the color of 2026 will be white. And to get the talking, because nobody was talking about the color of the year last year.
No.
Except designers, web designers and interior designers. But now everybody's talking about the color of the year being white because of all the stuff that happened this year. So there's the other side of that about being, having the trending, the outrage trending.
But isn't white the absence of color?
Yeah.
I don't know how that could be.
That's why we're looking at it as they did this tongue in cheek of, oh, we'll get them talking, all the things you're saying, Carolina.
And so this is Pantone who chose this.
Yes. And they decide, what color kitchens are going to be. They sort of set the tone for the new.
Not anymore.
Interior designers, web designers, they kind of look at this. This is like their year in. They looked for this to hit into the next year. Not that they follow it precisely. It's just a Anna Wintour kind of thing.
It's a trend. Kind of thing. It's the trend for the year. The trend color.
The whole thing too with Pantone, that's a whole other different type of company, because they are like the one company that makes these determinations basically. And they have to have a Pantone color, there are certain criteria that have to be met. So anyone who uses the Pantone chart to select their colors, you have to buy the Pantone color palette or the color book. And what happens is these books yellow after a while, so they're no longer the color anymore. So you have to go and buy another one from where? Pantone. So Pantone is actually a cartel. I just wanted to say that.
So here, okay. So to further talk about this, just a few more minutes. Last year, for 2025, you know what the color of the year was? Mocha mousse. Mocha mousse.
Oh, like a brownish.
But it's a brown, a mocha mousse. But see, usually that's the kind of color they pick. They pick like a persimmon. So this year they just go, white. That's why it's standing out.
I'm with you, Red. The devil is a liar.
That's why it's standing out with, are they doing this for, to stand out in the outrage, anti-DEI, all that stuff? Because every other year it was some persimmon this or some Crayola colors. Remember crayon? They wouldn't say blue, it would be Prussia this and that.
Yeah.
That's what they do. But this year they come out with white.
And
white.
They should have called it woke white. That would have
not white, not cream, not eggshell, not that white. So that's a part of it.
They called it some kind of white, some kind of highlighted white or something, but it was white. like bright
With
white.
every other year, they come up with mocha mousse and persimmon this and Prussia this and that. Da, 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 da. And you're like, what the heck?
It wasn't
Well-
even cream. We can't even get cream. We just got white.
And the interesting thing
Actually
is, like,
cream and
yeah, I want to know more about that white. I need to see, because they came out, you know, they have the blackest black. Like, they came up with a color that is like the blackest black that exists. I forgot what it's called. It's not like jet black, but it's like
obsidian.
It's not obsidian, but I remember this was probably about 3 or 4 years ago that they now have a color that is like the blackest black, right?
Right. And
So
see,
what
that's
is
what I
the
mean. They come out
standout
with that.
for
Yeah.
this white? What is the standout for the white that makes it stand out? Besides the fact that they're saying white. And probably, I could guarantee maybe somebody thought about.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. Sorry. It's Cloud Dancer.
That's
the shade of white. It's called Cloud Dancer, but it's white.
It's just white.
Not white with pink to it,
No.
or no?
Cloud
tint.
Dancer, whatever that means
No
to them.
tint.
So, but the jokes online are people are just going as white and just showing white and things, and so there you have it.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I just remember that because of the Spotify rap thing and the outrage, and whatever gets people talking is what brands are gonna do now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Cloud Dancer, peach.
and that's it. I'm my part is done for the week.
Fantastic.
Okay, Dr. Todd, you're up.
Okay. Are you hearing my fan? Or are you okay?
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
no, we don't hear
Because
you.
the fan is pointed directly at me, and I don't.
Is it
want
hot
to-
enough for a fan?
It's 83.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
have mercy.
no.
Okay,
You
can
are
I
so
tell you
jealous.
that it's 29 degrees in New York?
Oh, wow.
Okay, TJ wins the prize. We're not at 29. We're in
No.
40 something.
That's
But it
what I'm
feels like
wow.
29.
saying. Do you have the AC running?
Yeah, the AC is on in the living room.
Really book a trip to Florida right
Let's
now.
go visit Dr. Tachi.
Yeah, please, you are welcome anytime. Yeah, it's warm.
Let me check out what's going out of here because I have 20. My watch says
Well,
29.
Fred says it's 29 here. It was 10 earlier this morning.
Oh, it was 10? Okay.
Oh,
I
see,
think I
I'm
woke up
not
at
about that
24.
life anymore. I cannot.
She says I'm not about that life. I
No.
think I woke up, it was 20. Oh, I'm sorry. Now it's 30. Whoop-de-doo. Now it's 30.
So it was, in the morning, it's usually like in the 70s. Maybe it dips down to like 69, and then it gets warm to like 80 something. So, yeah, that's what happens here in quote winter. So, yeah. So off of the vitriol I'm getting off of the warm temperatures here, on to what's happening in the world of media. So I just wanted to. Yes. Yeah. I just wanted to talk about, well, speaking of the beach, this is Art Basel weekend. This is
Yes.
also Miami Art Week.
Yes.
Lots of different things going on. So if you are an art head, this is definitely the place to be. For those of you who don't know, Art Basel is an art festival that was founded in Basel, which is in Switzerland, and they have several locations now. Well, I think 4. So Miami is one, of course, the original one in Switzerland. There's one, I think it's Hong Kong, and then another place. But
Yes.
this is a very popular place to be because they
Yes.
do it in December. People want to come down here, and
And it's
listen. I feel like an influencer now because I was invited to an influencer event.
Ooh.
Yes, I got invited.
Not the one with the little robot dogs.
No, not the robot dogs. That's I think that's actually at the Miami Convention Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is where Miami Convention Center, and there are activations on Miami Beach for those of you that are interested. Now, the key thing is getting there because traffic is ridiculous.
Really?
So yeah, it's so crazy during Art Basel. I mean, traffic is not the best anyway, but during an event like this, it's It's a lot. And let's think about it. Miami Beach is like small. So, all these people descending, what happens is there are usually lots of celebrities that come down for Basel. And so I got invited to an event. There is a YouTuber who I watch, Janae Naylor, and her husband, Josh. They started a line of sunglasses called 12 p.m. Studios. Beautiful sunglasses. I absolutely love them. And so I have a couple of pairs of them. And so I get an email from her team. Hey, we'd like to invite you to an activation and gifting suite that we're doing during our Basel at the Nobu Hotel. So yeah, so it was at Nobu. So we get there, beautiful. It's the 12th floor, like the penthouse suite, not 12th, 15th floor penthouse suite overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. You look and you also see the Intracoastal Waterway, and it's just beautiful. Really nice day. And so not only did we get gifted a pair of the sunglasses from their winter collection, which was beautiful. I was so excited about that. But we also got a swag bag of beautiful things. Grand Marnier was one of the sponsors, so we got a little bottle of that. Also, for those of you that are into makeup, Danessa Myricks, who is a Black makeup artist and makeup person, she has a line, and that's the latest thing in makeup now. Everybody's talking about Danessa Myricks. So we got 2 products from Danessa Myricks. We also got a perfume, Jackie Aina, who is another influencer, and she has transcended from just being an influencer now. She has a line called Forever Mood, which is candles and fragrances. So we got her latest fragrance called She Was Here. So, I mean, this swag bag, probably it was like $250 worth of stuff inside the swag bag. So I was like, you want me to come? I feel so honored. So my sister was like, how did they find? I said, I don't know. I just know that they invited me and I'm going. So,
can I tell you how much I love their Instagram? It is so stylish.
12 p.m. Studios.
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh
They did the thing with that. And so you watch my social media because I did an interview with both Jackie and Josh, and I've got stuff so I did do a live on Instagram during that time, but I've got a whole bunch of footage that I'm going to put up. So it was an amazing event. So let me just say publicly, thank you to 12 p.m. Studios, the team, you were amazing. Also to Janae and Josh for having me and having us. And they were serving caviar too. They were serving drinks made with Grand Marnier. They had caviar going. I was like, what?
This because their Instagram is just screaming luxury style.
It is.
It is very I love it. Oh,
so it's called 12 p.m. Studio.
12 p.m. Studios.
Studios.
I love that picture of the fur and the cowboy hats and that is wow.
This is the latest. So all of their glasses are named after places, basically.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this they went to Aspen to shoot this latest campaign.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah.
And so everything is basically they have the Aspen, which kind of looks like ski goggles, ski sunglasses, but just beautiful, and they're great quality as well. Really good quality.
I see a lot of white on here. No.
I see a lot of white. It can't. You gotta put a
color
little
of the
milk
year.
over there.
That's the color of the
Got a dab of cream in there.
That's all I'm saying. They're on trend.
Put a little dab of cream. You want everybody. You want some sales. Put a little cream over there.
Yes.
I love the aesthetics of it. It's very stylish, very luxury, very. And the glasses are beautiful.
It is.
Right?
It is a luxury line. And so what you're seeing now on the website, these glasses, so some are from the past collection, like the ones toward the bottom are in the past collection. And now what you're seeing is at the top. So if you look at the top, the Toronto in cherry, that's what I got.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was one of the free one. Now there was another one that because I was torn between them. I don't see them. Oh yes, the Copenhagen are gorgeous as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to, because I was torn between those and whatever. And Janae was like, you know what? Those red look good on you. And I agreed. So I took the red. Yeah. So that's what's happening in my neck of the woods.
I'd love to see it. And they're quite affordable too. I mean,
yeah, for luxury sunglasses, they're very affordable.
This is very because it could be double, triple this if you were
exactly.
Yeah, so nice.
Yeah. So
congrats.
and
I said congrats. I love when you get when you get things you feel I'm an influencer.
Well done.
Yes, no, I feel
no, that's what I'm saying. I understand what she feel like,
You should feel special.
I feel
special.
I feel damn special. Okay.
It beats that Target swag bag, I tell you that.
Listen, no, I was thinking about
the beach with my 12 p.m. studio.
I was thinking about that when when I got this swag bag. I was like, Target could never.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Congrats, because I know it makes you, like Terralina said, you feel special.
And I feel special because I've been creating content now solidly for 10 years. And, there was never my intention to get invited to any of these things, because the thing is, I was thinking about it. Yes, I'm a content creator, but I wasn't thinking about it like the content creators.
Your head down in the work, not thinking about the reward of it. But here comes the reward, so enjoy.
Thank you. I shall enjoy.
Enjoy.
Okay.
I will enjoy. I'll enjoy.
There you go.
For enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is good.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and so the actually at noon is when the winter collection drops. So we saw it on Tuesday, and that was a preview of the winter collection. And so now the drop happened at 12 noon today. And we, the thing is her team is so conscientious, because they actually sent an email to everybody who attended and saying thank you so much. It had the list of all the sponsors that were there, and telling us that everything was dropping at 12 p.m. on today. So they the way they did things, top notch. And they're a small team, but because let me tell you, so I was wondering, my invitation said 2:00, right? And like 2 to 2:30, I'm like, it's only going to be half an hour. I said, so when I got there, I realized, there's probably going to be a lot of people, so they gave us time slots.
Time.
So that we wouldn't all be there at the same time.
Very smart.
Very smart and brilliant. Now, I overstayed my time because I had content I had to get. So I was there till about like 4:30. And then I went downstairs and I ate at Nobu. So for those of you that know Nobu, it is like I think it's Japanese Peruvian.
Yes.
Yeah. So very high-end restaurant or whatever. I went down and I because I needed to upload stuff for Indie Soup. And I was like, okay, I won't make it if I go home. Of course, I always have the foresight to bring my computer. So I said I could just do it from here. I said, why don't I eat? I don't know if I thought because I got invited to an influencer event that I was now rich, but I discovered that Nobu is not cheap.
You saw those Nobu prices.
I saw the Nobu prices, but it was supposed to be happy hour. They're like, well, if you wait, it's happy hour. Oh, okay. But still, their happy hour is not that cheap.
Yeah, Nobu was pretty. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. So, but
I mean,
But you go for the experience. It was a celebration.
Yes.
Well, okay, and you know what? Let me take it that way. You're right, because
let me take it that way.
I'm going to take it that way because the thing is, I go to an awful lot of events and conferences now. NATP, I always talk about the National Association of Television Program Executives. That conference is held at the Fontainebleau and Eden Rock every year. They have sessions between both hotels. Eden Rock is right next to the Fontainebleau. Nobu is inside Eden Rock. So it's like kind of two hotels in one, I think. So it's the Eden Rock and Nobu Hotel. And so it wasn't that special to me because I've been inside the Eden Rock 10 million times inside that lobby. And the restaurant is the lobby area, basically. Okay, so maybe you changed the furniture a little bit. It's still the same lobby. So it didn't hold the like, ooh and ah, because I'd been there 10 million times before. But you know what? Not as Nobu, so I'll take it. Okay, I'll celebrate.
And it is a write-off.
Yeah.
You said nothing but a word.
There you go.
Francine, because I already had would you like an itemized receipt? Yes.
Yes. Of course.
And here's the thing, not to shout out to I can't remember my server's name, but he was really nice. So I couldn't finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that you were not supposed to take happy hour food home. So I said, he said, would you like anything else? I said, well, I said, no, I'm good. Maybe just a box. Oh, you can't take home happy. In my head, I was like, my dear, if you don't go and get me a box, because after how much you spend, this is not a cheap happy hour. And so you're telling me I have to leave these crispy Brussels sprouts here? My friend, go and get a box.
Get a box.
So he was really nice. He said, well, let me check with the manager. Okay. And he was like, yeah, he let me, usually we don't, but it's this is a manager that was, not as, that was, lenient. Okay, good. But my thing is this, if the food is at a certain price point, I can see if these are $5 apps and you can't take them home. But these were not $5 apps.
No.
Give people a box to take food over a certain price point.
That's I would have been like napkin meat bag.
No, had they not, but be for sure I was going to the bar to get a whole bunch of napkins to wrap it up.
Oh, I got paper towels in my bag.
Exactly. Or guess what? I paid for the cloth napkin. I'm putting it in the cloth napkin and it's going in my bag.
We're talking Nobu. We're not talking McDonald's. We're talking Nobu, people. So that's why I'm like, oh, I would never. Yes, I would. No,
I definitely would. And I'm not into taking things that are not mine. But when you tell me after I've spent, and let me say, I think this it came to like $30 what I had. This for a happy hour. For just some small, what was this? Crispy,
you're not allowed to
what's
take
the name?
happy hour apps.
Broccolini.
I was like, okay. And then when they turn that back, napkin.
Oh no! See, I needed for you to go and get me a takeaway container, and he came with the container and a nice the fancy Nobu black bag.
Ooh,
so
all right.
Yeah, so.
No, I'm saying it's good to ask, but if it would have been like, well, I'm sorry okay.
Oh yeah, there's no way those were staying here because you just would have thrown it away.
Then come back, your plate is magically empty. Oh,
that's sinful to throw away food. So no, it was coming. But shout out to the server at Nobu.
Oh, good.
Because he was really nice. So he was really nice about it. So yeah, And here's the thing: they already include in Miami Beach. They already include a 20% tip.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's already part of this. You want me to leave this here? Okay. In your world, maybe that works, but not in Tachi land. So. But that was what my Tuesday was like. It was amazing. So there are other events like that are going on. And it's not just Miami and Miami Beach. There are lots of different activations across South Florida. So you can find things up all the way, even into Palm Beach County. If you're down in this area, there are people that are doing events in tandem with Art Basel and Miami Beach. So I encourage you to go and do off Basel, meaning you don't have to be at the actual Basel event. 2 years ago, I covered the city of Opa-locka. They had, which is a majority Black city. They had Haitian art on display and a lot of things because it is Miami Art Week. So check it out.
Okay.
Yes, and that was a long diatribe, but guess what? We have more that we are going to talk about really quickly. So I wanted to put this out there. NPR has a student podcast challenge for next year, and it has a very special prize. So this is for anybody who's interested. If you are a student storyteller, they're back for 2026, the NPR Student Podcast Challenge. So what they're doing is they're awarding prizes to the best middle school and high school podcasts in America. And they also have an additional prize this year. This will mark the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States. And so what they want is podcasts that explore what the phrase life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness means to you. If there is not a more apropos time to
Talk
do
about
this,
democracy. Oh my God.
this is the time. So I'd be interested to see how many entries they get because of what's going on. So judges are going to be listening for stories that look back at historical events, take them to historical places, or that explore what it's like to be an American. So it would be stories, they're looking for stories of innovation, of rights and protest, arts and culture, civic engagement and governance, or personal narratives and beliefs. So the full range of the American experience. So it's still open to podcasts on any topic. So, but this is a special thing that they're looking for, but you could still submit if you're a middle school or high school student, and any topics will work. So it will open January 5th, the challenge, and close May 30th. So you have a long time to do that. And if you're interested in submitting, you could go to npr.org and just do a search for the Student Podcast Challenge. If you have a student who may be, or you're listening to us now and you are interested. So I thought that was kind of cool. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry. I froze for a moment.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what they come up with.
Me too. All right. So moving on, and I know I have a little bit of a lag here.
You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go on because we don't want to belabor the point. Okay, this is the big story. I think we know what the big story is about to be, right? That Netflix is going to buy Warner Brothers film and streaming assets in a $72 billion deal.
Wow.
This has been the story for the past week once it started to come out and leak. Now, remember, I talked about the fact that Warner Brothers Discovery was on the table. First of all, did we even know that they were on the table to be sold? No, but I guess everything is for sale. So that they were on the table and that there were lots of people throwing their hats in the ring. Paramount had their hat in the ring and lots of others, including Netflix. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to discuss a little bit more, but here's where it could get tricky. You know, they've got to get through FCC approval, which seems like just buying a stamp nowadays, but they have to get through FCC approval for this. What this would do is actually, this is like vertical integration, which is why some analysts were questioning whether or not Netflix, they had their hat in the ring, but whether or not it was going to go to them. And what vertical integration is, it's where you as a company own all aspects of film from production through distribution, right? So that's actually not legal. That's a trust. And this could break antitrust laws. So it's going to be interesting to see how they spin it so that it doesn't. And it's probably what they're probably doing is being careful in terms of what assets they buy from Warner Brothers so that is not the case. Fred said, okay, yes, you knew. Of course you knew, Fred. I would expect you to. Go ahead. Sorry.
Says Netflix will become a network, virtually Hollywood. Power move. True power.
It is a true power move, because here's the thing too that people are looking at. Netflix is generally supported. Yes, they have an ad-supported tier, but more of the revenue is coming from the subscription tiers than the ad-supported tier. At some point, you reach what's called saturation point, where everybody who is going to get Netflix has Netflix for that point, right? Which is why subscriptions are not it's a way to make money, but it's not always a guaranteed way, because it's too dependent on the whims of the subscribers as to whether or not it works, right? And so because of that, they know that growth is going to stall once you reach saturation point, once you get in all the markets that you can get in, and once you reach all the subscribers that you're going to reach for that time, your growth is going to slow, which is why, so the investors were happy when they had the ad-supported tier. And remember, for a long time, Netflix was anti-advertising on their platform. So now they have it. But having it, and Fred is 100% correct, this is a power move, because this will allow them, this first of all gives them access to assets like libraries, right? But this also will allow them to generate revenue in other ways that are unrelated to subscriptions. And that's what you need for growth. Go ahead.
Yeah, they said, okay, they will create over the air channel soon. They already licensed content to over the air channels as it is. All the streaming movie channels licensed from Netflix.
Yeah, they do. They do. Wow. So this is, as Fred says, definitely a power move, but it still has some hurdles to overcome. So this you're getting this breaking news because it just reached this deal today. And again, so the other people that were involved, Paramount, Skydance, and Comcast, were also trying to vie for some of these assets. So this is comprised of cash and stock valued at $27.75 per share. And it puts the equity value of that deal, as I said, at $72 billion, with a total enterprise value of approximately $82.7 billion. So they're going to acquire Warner Brothers Film Studio and the streaming service HBO Max. So Warner Brothers Discovery is also going to move forward with the previously planned spin-out of Discovery Global, which includes its portfolio of pay TV networks such as TNT and CNN. So this is bringing together Netflix and Warner Brothers, which is huge. I don't know if people realize how big this is. This is really, really big. So, when they were laughing at Netflix for sending out DVDs in the red envelope, who's laughing now? So, again, as I was saying, the library is the big thing here as well, because the Warner Brothers library has with the Wizard of Oz, the Harry Potter franchise, and the DC Comics universe. And they're also going to include, as I said, the content of HBO Max that includes shows like The Sopranos and Game of Thrones. So let me say what the co-CEO Ted Sarandos says. I know some of you are surprised that we're making this acquisition, and I certainly understand why. Over the years, we have been known to be builders, not buyers. We already have incredible shows and movies and a great business model, and it's working for talent. It's working for consumers, and it's working for shareholders. This is a rare opportunity. It's going to help us achieve our mission to entertain the world and bring people together through great stories. So they're expected to close in the third quarter of 2026. Thoughts, ladies?
Yeah, because they're running out of content over on Netflix. I'm like, scrolling, I'm like, I saw that. and I saw that, and I saw that, and I don't want to see this, but they were running out of content. And I was like,
running out.
There are limits. So, and he's 100% correct. We know them for their original content. Remember, at one point, that years and years ago, they were putting, now it doesn't seem like a lot, but like in the 2010s, they were putting, well before the pandemic, they were putting 14 billion into original content. Back then, that was a lot of money for original content. And, you know, they were licensing. But I think what has happened is they've really, aside from the fact that aside from the fact that you can only grow so much off of subscriber count, I think they were actually looking at you know, future growth. What can we do? Where is this going? And they've always actually been futurists in a way, to Fred's point. So yeah, this is very interesting. And it also really makes me think about other things like this. What other companies are going to do when it comes to acquisitions. And is this going to be the norm? Because again, when this goes through, it's going to be interesting. And so the last thing I want to talk about, unless somebody else has something they wanted to add to this, this is actually something that it's going to be interesting how they deal with this, because of a whole bunch of companies that have, and I'm trying to look for that article. But let me just give you the gist of it. The problem being that, so there have been so many companies. Oh, it was AT&T that is looking for a deal to go through. Okay, so the FCC has approved an AT&T $1 billion acquisition of US Cellular, their spectrum. So the interesting thing is it happened because AT&T abandoned their DEI efforts. So the FCC approved that acquisition shortly after AT&T told them that they abandoned the DEI efforts, because that was really the operative thing here. So in agreeing to end that, they're growing a list of companies, which includes Paramount, which includes Verizon Communications, and includes T-Mobile, to abandon their DEI programs prior to receiving FCC approval for pending deals. So I don't know what's going to happen with what Netflix has on the docket, but there are probably going to be some things that they have to contend with in order for that to go, because as you see, there's been a lot of selling your soul in order to get some of these deals and mergers approved. So I'm going to be watching to see what they give up in order to get this approved. And that's what I have for you for this week.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
Wow.
Well, look,
I had no idea about the DEI thing.
And it's really silly. So, okay. It's so silly when people, you're not going to hire, diverse.
But you want us to buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it just really doesn't make any good sense when you think about it. Why would I buy from someplace I can't work? That just doesn't make any good sense. And here's the thing, I was thinking about this earlier. The fact is that when you talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, that's everyone. Really, it is applicable to everyone, because that's also diversity of thought, diversity in background, etc., so that there's not one type of person making decisions, because we've seen how badly that ends up when you have one type of person making decisions. And so the problem is that DEI has become a synonym for Black people. I'm not even going to say black and brown, Black people. Okay. And in order for us not to have, they are willing to do away with the whole program. But it was there. And people always say, yeah, well, it was never about us. We weren't the biggest benefactors. Absolutely. You're right. But you're missing the point in they think it's for us. So they were trying to do away with it. And what they have done in thinking it's for us and not wanting us to have opportunities is forcing companies to do away with these programs in order to get whatever kickbacks they want, whether it's a merger or something else. But here's what I say to these companies. We have long memories and we will remember how you acted in these times. So, you might want to, if you want customers, you might want to treat them well. But we know who's in bed with whom at this point. So,
wow.
And we can curate our feed.
Okay. Yes, we can. We want to say thank you to everybody watching live and on the replay. I have a little Christmas related thing. I've been tooling around and playing with AI lately. And so I want to introduce you to LNS James and check out her. I just put the link in the chat. Let me see if I can bring this up here. How do I do the share? Share? I don't want to push a red button. Oh, okay, there we go. She has a album for Christmas out called Christmas in Full Swing. It is an instrumental. You can go check it out. It's on everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she has an Instagram channel. So I put the Instagram link in the chat. You can follow her there. She'll be following some of us. And this is her Christmas instrumental album.
Oh, beautiful.
So that you can have something to play in the background while you're working and creating.
That is so good, because I'm not really a music person, so I needed somebody to curate that for me. Thank you.
Yep, you can, and on all the major platforms. And if you're looking for background music for your Instagram or whatever, her music is there too.
Wow.
Oh, you can license her music?
I did license her music.
Oh. Wonderful.
Yes, and so I was like, oh, this is nice.
Fran.
What we can do now with AI, I will have to explain that later, but I've been having fun lately. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I like Christmas music. I'm going to get me some Christmas music. So.
Fireside Glow. Okay.
I love that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to use it.
Me too.
So have fun during the holidays. I will put the link in this video later in the description, and enjoy your December. We want to say thank you to Fred and everybody else who checked in here with us live. And we want to say, remember, we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. And we will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.